Chris Brazel, absolute breakout, having a great game, and talk us through what happens, Austin. Absolutely horrendous call.
Horrendous, dude. So the 7 points in the second half was just taken from us. I mean, it was just taken from us, Blake. It was completely stolen from us. Like you said, it may have been the worst offensive pass interference call in the history of the sport. It was awful, dude. I mean, okay, so you have a deep ball down the sideline. Again, what's a beautiful ball. Chris Brazel just makes an amazing play. His ball skills, man, are so incredible. He is working his way up draft boards because of his ball skills. The way he can go up and get a pass and land and actually keep going and running is incredible, man. And he does this, Blake. He catches it, stiff arms the last guy, and scores. Okay, this is a huge, critical moment in the game, man. Critical moment in the game in the second half. They call offensive pass interference for them. They're both hand fighting, right? They're both hand fighting. Brazel never even extends his arms. Never extends his arms once. The guy just trips and falls down. They call offensive. Dude, by the way, Blake, I don't know if you know this. I didn't know this until yesterday or until this morning. The ref that threw the flag was 40
It wasn't even
yards away.
Yes.
He was 40,
It was the backline judge.
Yes, exactly. Yes. He was all the way down. It wasn't the side judge. It wasn't the ref in the end zone. It was the ref that was 40 yards away from the play, throws a flag. They talk about it because they're sitting there thinking, it's like, can we get away with it? Like, and here's the thing. I'm going all over the place, man. I'm fired up right now. Okay, I'm so glad we won, but I'm fired up about this. Friday Night Football, ACC. What does the ACC do, Blake? They mic up the refs so we can actually hear them. SEC needs to do that tomorrow.
Yes.
Like not next week,
1,000%.
not next year, tomorrow. I want the officials mic'd up. Tell me what the official 40 yards from the play saw on the worst call of the game. That, by the way, could have cost us the football game. I mean, this would be one of the stories of college football right now if that play cost us the football game. You took away another beautiful Chris Brazel touchdown. You took away another beautiful Joey Aguilar touchdown. But by the way, you almost took the game from us.
Exactly.
With one of the worst calls of the entire season. Ever. Actually, season? No, scratch that. Ever. In the history of the sport.
Ever. Because the hand fighting, I don't even know if it's just your typical cornerback, and it wasn't even defensive PI either, right? No. They got their hands up because that's what happens, because you have hands, and in the game of football you have to use hands. And so they've got their hands up, and then, like you said, he just falls. Very obviously nowhere near offensive PI. One of the worst calls in college football, definitely of the season, probably of all time. And so you've got, for my mic, I'm fired up too here. So you've got freaking Joey Aguilar, who is all of a sudden, as we've talked about, starting to get looked at on some Heisman boards. Okay, I know it's early. All I'm saying is you've got Aguilar, who's having an absolutely incredible breakout season. You've got Brazel, who's having an incredible breakout
Biletnikoff
season. And who's
loading, by the way.
Biletnikoff,
but they stole
loading.
A touchdown from him. When you're talking about Biletnikoff at the end of the year, Blake, give him another touchdown.
Exactly. You have to put an asterisk on it, because literally taken away. You take away 60 yards from Aguilar and another TD and another 60 yards and TD from Brazel on one idiotic call from a guy who couldn't even freaking see the play. It's just honestly, Austin, mic them up, but you also gotta make it reviewable, man. Make it reviewable.
Yes,
I mean,
and here's the thing, and I get the PI is a very hard play to review. In all fairness, okay, it's a very hard play to review, but like, at the very least, you have to get mics on these guys. And Eric's agreeing with us in the chat with the ACC and what they do. Transparency is key, okay? And a letter after the game ain't cutting it, okay? I don't care about the SEC apologizing. Oh, I'm sorry I screwed your season. I'm sorry I screwed your chances at a playoff. Like, I'm sorry I screwed it up so bad. That's what we'd be talking about if we lost this game, Blake, and we found a way and whatever. But that's what we'd be talking about. And an apology letter ain't enough. Make them full
No.
time. Quit having the SEC is known for like the worst officials in the country. You have the second best football league in the entire world, right behind the NFL. You have the SEC. This is the pinnacle of college football, Blake. Okay, it's the pinnacle of college
Mhm.
football. Yet your officiating is complete garbage, dude. It's like pee-wee level officiating from these officials. Mic them up. At least let me know what they're saying. I want to know what the guy saw when he called one of the worst offensive pass interferences ever. One of the worst ever. If you want to flag, throw the flag and wave it off, and I think they were considering waving it off, man. They talked about it for 5 minutes afterwards. Let me hear the 5-minute conversation. That's all I'm asking.
Yes.
Let me hear the 5-minute conversation when you're discussing the flag.
Because here's the thing, Austin. If you're making great officiating decisions, then that will be seen. Why should you be worried about being mic'd up? If you
Yeah.
are a professional crew and you are making, great officiating decisions, then okay, you're fine with being mic'd up because you ain't got nothing to hide, right?
Yeah.
So
What's there to
yeah, like you
hide?
said,
What are you
exactly.
trying to hide here? What are you trying to
What
hide?
are you trying to hide?
And
It's
it's
kinda
not the
like the
only.
guy who lives in Tuscaloosa, reffing the
Well,
Alabama game,
do you know the head of? Well, you want an interesting fact? The head official of this game.
Hit
This
us.
is a fact, Blake. Former Alabama quarterback.
No way.
It's what I read
I
online,
mean,
and everything I read online is true, so it must be true. I didn't research it.
right.
Somebody might have to fact check me in the chat. A former Alabama quarterback was the head official of this ball game. Okay, and I mean, come on, man, come on, dude. Like,
Come
I
on.
just I just don't even know what to say to that. It's so baffling. I don't know what to say to that. And it wasn't the only bad pass interference. Colton Hood had an absolutely terrible defensive pass interference against him. Now, luckily, that drive ended in a missed field goal. So that's what they call ball don't lie, Blake. That's what that saying's for. When a BS call
Right.
happens and it results in a missed field goal, that's called ball don't lie. But I mean, it's just the point. It's like these officials, specifically with pass interference, dude, did not know what they were doing. They just didn't.
Yeah. No, it's very clear. One of the worst calls of all time. Very, very clear. But Austin, the bright side, and I don't want to stop us from this rant on this officiating because it's all true. Like you said, Eric's in the chat agreeing with us. He says that I love that the ACC mics up their officials. They damn near cost us a game and did cost Chris an amazing highlight. Send those refs to their couches at home next week. Absolutely. Speaking of ball don't lie, Austin, we got Vol don't lie.
Love it.
We'll get to your point here in a second. Vol don't lie in the chat there. But yeah, so yes, the officials, the officiating, absolutely bonkers. But the bright spot, Austin, is part of why we're so amped up about this is because you're taking away stat lines that have been earned by Chris Brazzell because he is having a freaking Biletnikoff season, brother. He is just absolutely dogging these cornerbacks. I mean, he's making great catches. Honestly, Joey even, there's a couple throws that weren't super accurate that Chris
the 4th and
still
4
was able to catch.
You're thinking about the 4th and 4 on the
yes.
final game-tying drive. It wasn't the best throw, but Brazzell made a play.
Yep.
Brazzell made a play.
He made a play. Exactly, because he's having an absolutely insane season, Austin. And remember, we've talked about this. He was on the team last year.
Yeah,
okay.
He was on the roster.
He was on the roster last year.
He was.
But now he's got a quarterback that's getting him the ball, man, and I'm hyped about where he could go.
I mean, yeah, people are talking about it in the chat. It's like he is having. I don't think we realize how good he's been. Like, I know we're sitting here talking about it. I still think we're underrating it, dude. Every time they throw it to him deep, I just watch Chris Brazzell run into the end zone. I mean, it almost makes me think you got to do it more. Like, just do it more. Just see what happens. Let's just see what happens if one game we throw it to Brazzell deep down the field 8 times in a ball game. Let's just see what happens.
It's kind of like the 22 Alabama game, Austin, when Jalen Hyatt just had 5 touchdowns. And it's like that. It's the impractical jokers meme, right? Where it's like, yo, throw it to Jalen again, and then boom,
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
touchdown, and they're just like cracking up, and it's
That's what
like,
they need to do
hey,
with Brazel.
throw it to Brazel, give him a razzle brazzle, a brazzle razzle again, and then
Dude,
boom, he scores another touchdown. Why not, man? Why not? If it's working, why not?